Okay, family, we back. We back. I've been missing y'all for a few weeks. A lot of exciting things going on in my life. I told you I'm going to be transparent with you guys. So I'm expecting a child on the way. I am expecting a child on the way. So I'm very excited about that. I also just got my marriage papers, so I had to handle that. So a lot of paperwork with that. Please and thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. We've had a crazy sports action. I'm not gonna lie. We've had a lot of crazy sports action going on that I must get to. I have to be more consistent. So like I've asked you guys before, make sure you comment. If you do not see me post the Friday of that is there, go ahead, rate me, comment, tag me, put a post, tag me, hold me accountable. I want to be held accountable. Hold me accountable. I appreciate it. Going forward, I will be making sure I post it every Friday. I'm trying to make sure I get some other extra stuff out there to make sure that I'm just keeping you guys active with the page and all that stuff. I have a lot of stuff on my chest. I have been holding up due to the caller segment because I was waiting for some callers to come in, but I shouldn't be doing that. You guys are in here to look for my word. I shouldn't be waiting to get other people's word. Whoever's willing to call in, just call in, and let's get into it. We're going to get busy. On the real, we got some big things to get into, and I'm excited. So, first thing first, some headlines. And I know a lot of you guys are and have been waiting to hear from me on it. Soto heads to the Yankees. Apologize. Soto heads to the Mets, leaves the Yankees hanging. A 15-year deal, 765. Congratulations to the brother. I'm not fully in agreement of the deal. We'll talk about that further, though, during my caller segment, because I have some things to get off my chest, right? Furthermore, and the headlines, I'm going to breeze through the headlines, because we have a lot of things to get off our chest today, right? But furthermore, we have the college football playoff that was announced. Some people agree, some people disagree, with SMU getting in, with Alabama being left out. I think with the 12-team college football playoffs and this being year one, I don't think they did that bad. There's no team, especially Alabama, that if you put yourself in a position, granted your schedule is tough. Granted, there is some people schedule that is easier. The strength of schedule is a big thing to me. But I think that if you have 3 losses as an SEC team, what we are used to, even making the SEC championship and stuff like that, we're used to if you don't make the SEC championship or whatnot, you don't get in. I think that there should be no real complaints. And I was actually happy with a lot of the Alabama fans that I did speak to said that they weren't that mad that they didn't make it, in. They thought that maybe certain losses ruined them, that their chance of getting in, and they kind of done it to themselves. And I'm actually happy to hear that response from a lot of the Alabama fans. For the SMU fans that were going to be upset not getting in, I understand, right? Guys did have an amazing year. If you guys didn't get in, my thing with you guys not getting in, I would have understood. I'm going to be very honest. I would have understood you guys not getting in. Your strength of schedule was 71st. That's a problem. The ACC has to figure that out, how they up their strength of schedule. You're telling me that you had Miami, Clemson, SMU, and I think one other team that was fairly solid, and you want credit for it, but there's several teams. Florida Gators was, let's say, what were they, 8th or 9th in the SEC this year? They were 6-5. They may finish 7-5. Or matter of fact, they were 7-5 if I'm not mistaken. Guys, and that's what I'm talking about. Guys, they had the number 1 strength of schedule going into the year. Guys, the ACC has to really figure out what they're doing as far as the strength of schedule, because you can't complain that there should be more teams in. You guys were fighting to get 3 teams in. You guys trying to find a way for Miami to get in, which originally we thought that would be the number 1 team to get in, because we thought they were going to win your conference. Where Miami didn't even have a discussion of getting in, because you almost did not have 2 teams get in. Now, Clemson getting in messed up a lot of your conference, but good thing you guys still got 2 in. I was not even discussing you guys getting more than 2 in. I didn't want to even have a conversation, therefore. But that there for the college football players, I find year one a success. I like it. It's entertaining. You're getting some necessary matchups. Nobody fully feels like they've been left out. All conference playoffs have been respected. Now, the way we do the bracket and exactly who getting the bye, that could be fixed. Some of the things could definitely be fixed because, like some people said, they don't feel like they're playing the same quality to get a bye. Some people got some people didn't get by. Some people got home games that they were a little surprised about. But for the most part, I'm pretty fine with how everything fell into place. I'm gonna be honest. And it being almost a week removed, I'm pretty fine how it fell into place. Now I'm gonna do a quick video, right, that you guys will see throughout the week before we get into this big bowl week. But I'm gonna do a quick video on what's happening and what I expect to happen for the bowl games. Now, you guys will also hear that I appreciate some of these universities making sure that their players play, because that's a big thing. And a lot of you guys need to be paying attention to who's transferring, who's sitting out, and whatnot. Not because that is big come bowl season of seeing who's playing. Now, speaking of college football, Bill Belichick has found himself in college football. I've never thought I would say that. I've never thought I would say that, nor do I fully agree with the decision. Now, I understand if the decision is to not coach somewhere else, if the decision is to not coach at all or coach in college football, by all means. Also, by all means, go get your bag, King. Go get your bag, Bill Belichick. You are one of the greatest coaches of all time. And if not the greatest coach of all time, which that's arguable, I think really depending on the generation. But I think that you may be able to do something in college. I don't really agree with your coaching style with the kids of this generation. I don't fully think that that's going to work, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen. UNC is willing to up their NIL from $4 million to their players to $20 million, so that's definitely going to make a difference in the players that you're able to bring in. I'm interested to see you out-recruit some of these other people. Even for UNC, period, I'm interested to see you out-recruit a Miami, a FSU, a Clemson, who dabbled. They questioned Dabo, so I wanted to see you go out there, the Virginia Techs of the world, the Virginians of the world. Where I'm interested to see you out-recruit them and to see how that's going to go. SMU, I'm really interested to see you try to out-recruit some of these guys. So this should be a real interesting test. The NFC North is 32-7. The top three, which is the Lions, Vikings, and Packers. Excuse me. They're 32-7 combined. That's amazing to me. I did not think going into the year that we would be having that conversation. I was a little bit more comfortable with the Packers and Lions, because I did think that would be more of the upper echelons of the NFC. But definitely shout out to the Vikings, especially after J.J. McCartney being hurt with Sam Darnold. They still found a way to get it going and being in this conversation. I think that we need to have a true conversation, though, going forward of, is there anybody else? Because I know for the most part, the NFC has been said that it is within two teams, the Lions and the Eagles. I'm going to give you guys two teams to watch out for, and both of them are not in this division. We have one team in this division that I give you guys to watch out for, and may surprise some of you guys. And then I have another team that you guys need to pay attention to that can even make the things interesting and they come playoff time. First team, Packers. Who is in this division? The Packers. Defense is serious. And come playoff time, that is a real conversation. The Packers' defense and head coaching is creative enough to make these games tight and interesting. And I trust Jordan Love more than Sam Darnold. And listen to me carefully, but when hot, I trust that Jordan Love can outplay Jared Goff. So, with me saying that, I think that the Packers is a team that can definitely go into Philly and beat Philly. I think that Jordan Love can outplay Jalen Hurts, and I think that Nick Sirianni may make enough coaching mistakes or try to make himself seem too important while coaching, which a lot of teams do, that they may find themselves in a situation where that they get outcoached by Matt LaFleur. Simple as that. I think that the Packers are a real interesting team, and that they're not given a lot of credit because of the division at the end that is so tight with a lot of winning, and that the Lions are so overwhelmingly good this year that they're not going to get a lot of credit. But that the Packers are something serious to worry about come playoff time. The other team I want to give you guys is the Rams. Now, yesterday you seen them win a tough, ugly, physical game. I was not sure they could do that all the time. These last 2 weeks, they've shown me a lot of things. That they can win a shootout and they can win a tough physical game. You have to be able to win in multiple ways. They show they're able to do so. They have a veteran quarterback that has seen pretty much any and everything, that has gone to win the Super Bowl and is capable of getting hot in the right time, and they are hot in the right time. They won 7 of their last 9 games heading into the deep slide of December, getting into the playoff race. They won 7 of the last 9 games. They're deep into this wild card race, and I think that going on the road, they can win a lot of games. I don't really trust a lot of teams in the cold, but like you've seen yesterday, a wet, rainy game, they're able to hand the ball off to Kyron Williams and do some things that if you're not watching, you're looking at 20 carries, 65 yards. I don't love it, which I don't love a lot of times. But if you're watching, Kyron Williams does a lot more than just 20 carries, 65 yards. He could, first of all, he could take any given carry to a touchdown. And then also as well, great passing block running back, which is huge come playoff time because you need those extra seconds. And giving Matthew Stafford, who could play in the play action, who could shred in the gun, and if you give him that extra second, that could mean a big catch for Puka, who was huge last night. You could also have yourself a situation where they almost beat the Lions last year. So for people that forget about it, they almost beat the Lions last year and gave the Lions a true test. The young defense that they have has shown up so far this year. So they can be a team that can and needs to be watched out for. I'm not going to harp too much on that because we do need to get into the segments, right? And I've been waiting to get into the segments. First segment up, call it, right? I want to get into call it. First segment up, I want to get into call it. Now, today's call it segment is Soto leaving the Yankees. And I want to call out the fans that are saying that Soto is leaving, because now when Jazz Chisholm, after the LCS, said that he needs to be paid $700 million, there were fans, and Met fans, Red Sox fans, Dodgers fans, MLB fans, period, coming out saying that the Yankees signed him $700 million, which is equivalent to, well, time he got signed, you got robbed, right? The man signed $15,765 million. How are we okay with that? I was upset that the Yankees offered him 16 years, $765 million. How are we okay with that? There should be no way you guys are okay with that. Come on, guys. Like, I want you guys to be for real. The deal breakers was the luxury suite, which the Yankees can provide for some reason because they said that they have it with Aaron Judge and Derek Jeter. Now, let me go forward. Luxury suite, security for his family, which I assume in Yankee Stadium, your family has security anyway, and the whole stadium is security. You're a Yankee star. You're good. I believe he felt like the Yankee security wasn't as friendly to his family. So he wanted some family-friendly security, which he was granted by the Mets. He wanted a front-loaded contract. He was not taking any deferred money, which, if you remember, in the Tony's contract was a huge thing because it let the Dodgers stay competitive, and even being able to chase him here, which I believe the highest offer they were able to offer was $670 million. The fact that they were even able to do that was amazing. The fact that they were even able to do that, because you would thought that would have been the highest. When we were going into the offseason, you thought that would have been one of the highest, 675. To find out that two teams offered him over $100 million more, it's kind of crazy. For a guy that's going to be DH maybe in 5 to 6 years at 32, it's kind of crazy. And I want to call you guys further, because after we seen when they went to the World Series, the main thing was that, yes, their bats didn't always fully show up, but their bats did okay. Their pitching was abysmal. They needed to add a pitching. So if you're going to ask me to give you over 100 to 150 million dollars more than what was projected for you to get, knowing that we need to still go get some other things, and it would be a failure if we don't go add pitching. It's a little interesting on, do you really want to win right now? Because you signed to the Mets, right? And Mets fans, he signed to you as Clay Holmes, who just choked as our closer, who just completely choked as our closer the whole second half of the season and the playoffs. He completely choked and fell short of his all-star self of the first half of the season, right? Is your number 2 starter. Sevy walked to the A's over you guys. That's your number 2 starter. You are not competitive. You did not offer Max Fried and will not be interested in Corbin Burns. I'm interested to see what was the goals here. Because also for Steve Cohen, you signed him, but you're not making any other follow-up moves. You have to sign Pete Alonso, who now is rumored to be having mutual interest with the Yankees. So the Yankees have now added, since you've walked, Max Fried, who has the second lowest ERA. Number 1, Greg Cole, since 2020 or 2019. They've added today Devin Williams in a trade. Which traded Nestor Cortez, who's someone else who fell short in the World Series. So they've added one of the best relievers in the game to strengthen up with Lil Weisiger and Luke Weaver, their bullpen. They added in the number two in their pitching rotation, and Garrett Cole, Max Fried now, Luis Gil, Clark Schmidt, Carlos Rondon as 5 quality pitchers. 5 quality pitchers. And maybe looking to add Corbin Burns. So, which means your 4 to 5 is already set. Your 4 should be set, I assume. Your 4 is set come playoff time. Everybody else is in the bullpen or replacement pitchers or whatnot. So, my thing is, what I'm calling out is, what are you guys really looking for? Was you guys looking just for a one-up, right? Just for a win for the day. We stole Soto. But how do you end up with possibly the non-better team still? Yes, I admit, Jose Siri is a nice addition to the team. But with the Yankees with so much playing room after you guys gave him, which possibly may be one of the worst contracts of all time, the guy is amazing, should end up a Hall of Famer. Pretty sure he's going to end up a Hall of Fame. But one of the most overpays of all time. This is crazy. You completely ignored the market value, anything. You completely, I don't know how any team gave him this deal. I was also upset that the Yankees, like I'm going to say again, the Yankees even offered him something similar to this deal. This is something crazy. This is something crazy, guys. For real. I'm going to go to the next segment. We'll leave it at that. I'm going to go to the next segment of Stop the BS. Because I wanted to get to this too. I wanted to address a few things, right? And I'm glad we really get into this, guys, right? I'm glad we really get into this. Because I got a few things to get off my chest. That's why I needed to do this episode today by myself, right? First things first. Devondre Campbell. As a former Sunbelt player and a person that wished that they could have the opportunity to play, right? I'm not sure what's a full-blown situation, what happened on the sidelines or whatnot. But for the people that are saying that we need to hear out his reason and stuff, first, stop the BS. Stop the fucking shit completely, man. And I gotta stop. It don't make no sense to me that this is a unwritten rule. Everybody in locker rooms know this, that there is no refusing to go in because you're playing with your brothers or whatnot. And if you are, there needs to be a well-good reason. You don't walk off the field and stuff like that either. You don't do that. You gave up on the team yesterday. And from what the sounds of some of the leaders of Nick Bosa, Travaris Ward, George Kittle, all have pretty much asked you to not be there no more. They were done with you. Now, as a grown man, a child, you have a family to feed, bro. You just quit on live TV, national TV, Thursday Night Football. So for the other 31 teams in the league, they also know that that's a part of your character, or assume, or have to assume that that's a part of your character because that's what you put on display. Devondre Campbell, you must stop the BS if you're looking for some sympathy from some people, because that's not the way you know you should address that situation. You could even look at Antonio Brown's situation where some people felt like after a while he may have had a good reason. They didn't handle it the correct way. which 100% he didn't. You must do better. That was not acceptable, bro. That was a crazy way to get up out of there. That's not what we do. That's a crazy way to do that. Come on. Stop the BS. Next. Now, the original sack leader, right? His name is, and let me make sure I get it correct, Martin Gattinaro. Sorry. He's from the Jets, part of the sort of sacks change, right? He approaches Brett Favre about supposedly sliding and giving away his sack record. Now, I want to post the video. I'm going to post a video on my story for you guys to see. I'm going to try to find a clip for you guys to consistently see it, right? And refer to it. When we're talking about completely overreacting and being in your feelings, this is what I mean, and you must stop the BS. The slide that you're referring to, his lineman completely got beat by, and it was his blind side at the moment, completely got beat by Michael Strahan off the line. He slid because he was 100% going to be sacked or ran into his own man. There was no saving the play. He was trying to save a fumble and slid. Very simple. He didn't give away your record, and for you to approach him about this, I'm not going to defend Brett Favre for everything. I'm not a big fan of the guy since he's retired. Made some real questionable decisions, and I feel like he's gotten some slack that he has fully deserved. That's on a personal level. In this situation, what are you talking about, bro? It's like, what are we talking about here? He didn't do anything to you. First of all, not only could you have gotten more, and you not being a Hall of Famer is not because of that. It could be some other personal things. You did contribute to us having celebrations today, which was taunts back then. You did contribute to that. Maybe it's a little bit of that you brushed your feathers back then. But that's not on Brett Favre that you're not a Hall of Famer. That's not on Brett Favre. You done that in the 80s, I believe. You did that in the 80s. Michael Strahan broke that record over 10 years later, I believe. That was not on Brett Favre that you're not in the Hall of Fame. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. They are releasing tonight the New York Sacks Exchange, and we'll see a little bit of that. I have released my piece on this, though. So you must stop the BSing out your feelings. Don't blame that on Brett Favre and Michael Strahan. Stop it. Let's cut that out. Furthermore, Deion Sanders said that his son, Shador, Travis Hunter, and the rest of the season company will be playing. Thank you, Deion Sanders. Now, I praise you a lot because you're the coach that some people hate you for your brand. But a lot of people are hoping that some of the morals and stuff that you're establishing and the culture stuff you're establishing at Colorado, that happens at their own program. Florida, I'm a Florida fan, and I'm really happy with some of the stuff that Billy's doing. But what you're doing at Colorado, I'm hoping, as we look like we're rebuilding pretty well now, I hope that some of the stuff is being installed in our program too. Players sitting out of bowl games is soft as hell. Soft as hell makes no sense. I don't get why, and what to me shows what's better to you that it shows to you better that, oh, bet this is not a championship game, so I'm gonna sit out. No, every game matters. You love playing the game, showing your heart, showing that you're not gonna give up on your teammates. All that matters. And I think that NFL teams seriously need to help these players and these universities stop the BS. Because, bet, you're making a business decision, I'm gonna make one too. You showed me you had no heart and you really didn't love the game. You really wasn't there for your university when you signed there. These bowl games are big things. The championship game is not the only game that matters. All these bowl games matter. So when you sign there, that means, bet, his word doesn't fully mean. He's not going to finish all the way. He'll finish to what interests him or what benefits him. If it doesn't benefit him and the team, he won't do it. Players must stop the BS and must play these bowl games. All these bowl games matter. Every single one of them matter. You must play in them. And I would love to see a lot of universities doing the same thing that Colorado did and emphasize playing in the bowl games. You must play in the bowl games. Now, I'm glad I got that off my chest. This is a real necessary episode. Now, I told you guys I started Bettorsports. It was bad beats at first. I want to switch it up a little because I want to make sure I'm getting some picks out there for you guys, right? We have 3 big games of the week for you guys, right? 3 big games for the weekend. I'll be back next week with a little bit more of the same for you guys, right? 3 big games for the weekend. First games first. Bills and Lions, some people say is a possible Super Bowl matchup. I have Bills money line. Keon Coleman will be playing. I think Dalton Kincaid is going to try to give it a try. I think a lot of people are higher on the Lions. The Lords can help them shape it up. I think that they are missing a few pieces and injuries, tic-tac injuries, but I do think that having them coming back, I think this is the last piece on Josh Allen's MVP performance that was established and officially stamped down. Him having MVP, I think he'll pretty much put too far of a distance between him and Lamar and Saquon this week. I think that this is a big game. To be honest, this is not my Super Bowl preview. This is not my Super Bowl preview. My Super Bowl preview as of right now is Ravens versus Lions. Now, I think that Josh Allen will win MVP. I think it's well deserved. I don't think some people feel like he should already have one. I think he's a great quarterback, just like Lamar, Barrow, Mahomes, and all the quarterbacks. But I think that this is well deserved, and he will finally get one. This win will be a huge one to pit with his Baltimore Ravens win as well to help his MVP case. Now, Steelers versus Eagles is another big game. Mike Tomlin, 52-43 as an underdog, only head coach to have a winning record of that many games as an underdog. So that's kind of crazy. Or even above 50 games as an underdog. That's crazy. The only head coach in Super Bowl history to have a winning record as an underdog with over 50 games played. He's 52-43. He's almost had 100 games played. That's crazy. But I don't think they win this game. I think the Eagles win this game. I know George Pickens hurts. I think that the conversation and stuff is helping actually push the locker room together for Philly. I think A.J. Brown and them and Philadelphia playing man defense will help A.J. Brown. But I want you guys to pay attention to the under, right? The under is the pick for me. I know a lot of people are going to be like, that under is super low, 43.5. You can push it up to 48.5 to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. They will walk to the line, move slowly. They will run heavy with Najee, Jalen Warren, and Saquon. They will move slowly and gladly use this clock up. Both offenses can get fiery, so both coaches are not going to play into a shootout. They're going to calm this down a little bit, and they're going to run this ball. And that's what the Philly offense has been off of anyways. And that's when Russell Wilson kind of works best, run this play action. So you will see something. Now, I think on a prop level, you can try to take A.J. Brown. Yards after catch, he's always good for it. I'm not sure if you're going to take him on reception, but you can take him on yards because yards after catch, he's always huge on that. That, and then the last game of the week, we're going to go with basketball. Saturday. I haven't been so big on the NBA Cup. It's interesting. It's cool. Keeps guys interested during the year. But NBA Cup-wise, right? The Rockets versus Thunder matchup is a nice 2-match because it could give us a little head towards the playoffs. It may not be a West Conference Finals matchup, which it looks like it could be right now. I don't think it will end up being a West Conference Finals, but it could be a second-round matchup. Nice matchup with the youth. A nice test for the Rockets to see where they're really at versus the championship contender this year. Another quick test for the Thunder to see what they're doing as they push forward to try to go be first seed back-to-back years. And this is a big year. The Thunder have to continue to set statements. Them winning this, winning the NBA Cup will show that they came into this year focused. I know to a lot of people, other people, it doesn't matter, but you see to the NBA players, it does matter. The NBA Cup does matter. It gives them a quick testing moment that they do use. Everybody seems to be taking it serious. They do get up for these games, and I think that both teams can use it as a test. But I think it's a real interesting game. A lot of people focus on both teams scoring, but I think that for this game, both teams are top 10 in the defenses, and both people need to pay attention to their defenses. Now, OKC is top 10 in offense and defense, which usually means that could be an NBA Finals team. If you look back in the last 10, 15 years of history, that can usually mean it's an NBA Finals team. But I think the Rockets are a nice test for them, and I'm really interested to see what goes on with that. I want you guys to make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, definitely just communicating with me as we build this. build this. We're gonna have 15 episodes of this first season. As you see me, I'm in a new little section of the house. New little section. Wifey and her podcast moves to a studio, which I may be moving soon too. I want to try a few things, definitely by playoff time. So we'll see what's going on by the end of the year. Next few episodes, you may see me in the studio. But like I said, like, subscribe, share, comment, speak to me. Anything you want to see, any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about, I'm willing to talk about. Well, please and thank you, and love ya.